people will do for a little entertainment system.
It's midnight.
I'm here for the PlayStation 2. The best entertainment system to hit the world. It's gonna be great.
No, this is my nephew. My son's on his way. Yeah, actually, it's his birthday present.
It's one of those things you've been waiting for forever. It finally comes. One of them things.
So we got 9 minutes to wait. Rub your fingers, get warm. It's about to come in 9 minutes.
I'll buy mine first. You hang on to this. No, they took the battery. Where's the coffee?
You know, nostalgia is a very powerful thing. And as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize my nostalgia is growing more every day. And, you know, it's a natural response for a person's nostalgia to increase as they get older because, you know, a lot of our, happier, more carefree memories are in our rear view now, and we're adults now, and we got bills and all these scary things happening. And the evolution of life forces change to happen that you may or may not agree with. And in terms of the gaming industry and just gaming culture as a whole, a lot has changed in the last 20 years of gaming. And in theory, as great evolution is supposed to be, it's supposed to mean bigger and better from the previous, right? It's supposed to improve upon its predecessor. But unfortunately, also there's an ugly side of evolution that means that the old does have to die off. And the midnight release is exactly one of the things that have died off from the gaming community as a whole. Now, let's calm down. Let's not get too dramatic. All right, let's calm down. Midnight releases do actually still happen, but they are very small in scale and pale in comparison to what was peak midnight release culture within the gaming community. Man, what a time to be alive and be a gamer in peak physical copy era of gaming. I mean, we are talking about the height of supply and demand for games. Stores had to make sure they over-ordered enough shipments for launches of heavily anticipated titles. Xbox 360 and PS3 and even the Xbox One and PS4 era was the golden years for a lot of franchises, especially Call of Duty. I knew dudes who used vacation time to get off of work for a week just to go to the midnight release of Grand Theft Auto 5 and play the game uninterrupted. I remember my very first midnight release was for NBA 2K16. This was around the time 2K was doing their early tip-off edition, which means if you pre-ordered the game, you would get early access 4 entire days prior to the standard launch. Oh yeah, man. Yes, that was back when pre-ordering a 2K basketball game was actually worth something. But I was in college at the time. I was working part-time at Dollar General, and I was so hyped for the game coming out all day while I was at work. I had the closing shift. I closed the store at 11 p.m. on the dot. drove 50 minutes across town because all the GameStops near me didn't have any more pre-order copies in stock for their release. I pulled up in my uniform, name tag and all, stood in line with like 60, 70 people to get that game, stayed up till like 4 a.m. grinding, my guy, my career. But now mostly these midnight releases today are small, and it's mainly your OG gamers that are showing up at your local GameStop to pick up a physical copy. And it's kind of sad to see, not because it's just the OGs pulling up, but it's sad because the newer generation is nowhere to be found, and they don't have that same sense of tradition or desire to want to go to a midnight release. And a lot of them don't even know what it feels like to have that physical transaction of acquiring a game you've been obsessed with for months or even years. Standing in line with a bunch of other insane people going out of their mind because they're hyped for the same game, waiting for your group number to be called so you can walk in store and make your purchase and walk out happy, holding that sweet case with the graphic on front of it. Man, I'm telling you, it was just a feeling like none other when you finally got that game in your hand. And not only that, you know, a lot has changed since then. Like the fact that the trust process has changed drastically. Like back then, pre-ordering games, people actually used to trust major gaming publishers to deliver finished products. Unlike today, where the release it broken now and fix it later method has been going on for quite a while at this point. And that's another reason why the midnight release isn't what it used to be. The relationship between gaming companies and the community has been damaged, and the trust is gone and will continue to be gone, because you're almost a fool to pre-order a game these days, because these corporations, seems like it never fails that they try to do these attempts to see if they can finesse their consumer base and just give us these cash grab games with no substance, no quality, just nothing, build them up and just rely on hot fixes and patches to fill in gaps in gameplay that should have been already done before launch. It's been made clear that capitalizing on a hype profit is the first priority rather than making a good game for the consumer to enjoy day one. And as far as physical copies go, we are in a hybrid place right now with both digital and physical copies of games, but at some point in the future, gaming will be fully digital, and gaming corporations have been working hard to pull gamers away from what we have been used to for so long. They want full digital consoles and games to be a streaming service, all in effort to cut their production costs and maximize profit on having our credit cards on monthly billing for your favorite titles rather than a one-time purchase, all while simultaneously stripping our ability to own a license to a video game, which I keep saying would be the worst thing to happen, because then modding games would be next to impossible. So when a game absolutely sucks and it's a letdown, like a lot of games are today, modders won't be able to fix it. Now, don't quote me, I'm not a part of the modding community, I've never modded a game in my life, but if you are a modder, please go into the comment section and give us your expertise on what streaming service games would do to the modding community. But if you go back, there was a time when gaming companies welcomed the community to do whatever they want with their games and actually make new content. But free content is now a threat to the now money greed model that is running the gaming industry. So, you know, it's really sad. They're trying to take that ability away. But I'm not trying to be totally bleak here, okay? If you're a true gamer, you still find joy in a new game coming out that you want. But this video isn't about the lack of excitement for a title you want. If a game looks good, you're excited, right? But this video was more so a thought of how much the physical human experience of releasing games is being left behind as gaming is moving forward. Gaming is evolving, and it's debatable if it's for the better. And if you feel like the modern state of gaming absolutely sucks with the loss of a lot of things of old of what gaming culture used to be, you guys feel free to go ahead and watch this next video on the screen. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm out.